Madsen is howling on James McFadden.
It's basically like rebuilding a car basically after the race, where you take all the injectors out, clean all the pistons, everything like that, take the exhaust pipes off, make sure nothing's scorched, everything like that.
I love that, Roy, mate. We're laughing at you again, you idiot. All right, welcome back. We're at the work area, another one of our driver, crew chief season previews in studio. You can probably see that we've got it on if you're on the YouTube channel, but we've got James Inglis Motorsport. So Beau McInerney and James Inglis, thanks for coming in, boys. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having us.
Nah, no stress, mate. She's been a long time coming, but glad to get it going. Just move those mics just a smidgen closer, lads, and now we're all over it. But yeah, mate. So Jimmy, I went to look into your records to like introduce you as how many like titles on that one. Do you actually even know how many titles you've won?
In the go-kart side of things.
In the dirt kart stuff?
Nah, I've got them all plucked up on the wall in the shed, so I probably need to count them. And I'm not sure. I think I'm around the 11 Australian titles and 20-some state titles. So.
And he wants to go back for more next month.
Are you going back?
Oh, it just keeps dragging you back, mate.
Yeah,
I don't know what about go-karts it is. I've into the sprint cars as much as I ever thought I would be, and I've got as many go-karts that I've ever had before, so I don't know what's going on. But we're going to cruise up to Darwin and do the Darwin title, or the NT title, next in a few weeks. So yeah, looking forward to that one.
And with that, it seems to, in my head, I don't know much about it, but it seems to be like a resurgence in it. Like half the sprint car dudes are now getting dirt karts and stuff. Is it growing, or has it always been really popular?
No, I think when I first started racing sprint cars, there was really no one doing both. So I think, now that I've been doing it for a while, both of them and Caden was doing it, and I think it's definitely grown. Like, I think the other boys are starting to see us out there. Like, I was listening to Chris on your potty before, and he's gotten on board, and Dane's recently gotten on board. But I think it's also the next generation. Our kids are now getting to that age where it's like dragging us back to the go-kart track.
What about you, Beau? You ever have a drive or anything like that, or you just always on the tools?
When I was younger, I think I was 8 or 9, bought a bitumen kart, did a bunch of practice days, and back then my brother was racing a sprint car, and it was just go-kart was nothing. We're going sprint car racing. Then I did that for a while. When I was, I think, 14, we're at a high kart track at Archerfield, and I was young and stupid and thought I'd be a hero and come unstuck and had to have my spleen and everything out. So then,
a high car.
Yeah, fair amount of talent, but so then after that, the doctor sort of said, no, you'll never get a medical to race a sprint car. So I was like, well, I never want to practice in one because I'll know what I'm missing out on. So I just, So I'm stuck with the Spanners.
I don't know if you heard, I did that merger motorsport. It's like the best and worst thing I've ever done driving one. Now every night I just know. I'm like, fuck. The old wing list is done quite cut it, but that's where we're at. But and just in terms of your resume, Beau, obviously we spoke about what Jimmy's done, but you've got a fair resume in the sprint cars and in the engine department and stuff. Just for the people who might not know exactly what you're doing, including myself, just sort of give us a brief synopsis of what you have done.
So, like I said, when I was 6, my family bought the first sprint car that my brother drove. I think he drove it for maybe 12 years. Once he retired, Terry Bracken did a stint in it. 2015, we bought Carson Macedo out. So he actually came and drove our family car before he drove for Sean Dyson. Dyson obviously had a big part in helping us when Carson was out. Like, we blew a motor up first night, and Sean came and, here's a motor, here's some help. So that was good. And I did 15 years at KRE. Well, close enough to 15 years. And
we round up here.
Yeah, so I was sort of like, I think I just had enough of building engines, so I did it since I left school. It was 20 years, and I did 2.5 years at Stone Brothers, straight from school. That's sort of, I worked with Kenny Mack there. Then I left there and worked for Noonan Race Engineering. So they're massive in the drag racing scene in America now. So, and then 2009, mid 2009, I started at KRE, and I was there until May last year. Moved across here, had a couple of short stints with some people here, and then the deal came about with James. So did 2 months full time on the race car. Wanted a career outside of motorsport because that's all I knew. So I started doing a mortgage brokering course. Did that for not even 2 weeks. And I was working on the car with James. He goes, "Oh, how's office life?" And I just said, to be honest, man, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, fair.
So it was too corporate for me. Obviously, I'd been on the tools all my life. So then I think that was Saturday night. I sort of said I didn't like it. 7:30 Monday morning, I had a message from James. Sat down with James and his family at Wednesday. Put a deal together, work in the business and on the race car. Started there the Monday, and it's been good.
And what about with that engine stuff? Is that a trade? Like, is there a title attached to what you would have done? Just engine builder?
Yeah. So when I started at Stone Brothers, they were like, I said, do I start an apprenticeship and be an engine reconditioner or something? And Jimmy Stone turns around and goes, "Yeah, mate, you can be an apprentice and I can pay you like shit for 3 years. Yeah. Or you just come here, learn the trade, and it's on your resume, and life should be peachy if you do a good job." And so, I never did an apprenticeship, just... And then
at KRE, what was your job like? Is it sprint cars, V8 supercars? Like, what was your role?
Originally, when I started, I was meant to go on the sprint car side, and I ended up doing the supercar thing for most of the time I was there. To be fair, it was sort of only the last 4 or 5 years I really got into the sprint car side of it, and then by the end, I was the workshop supervisor, so I was in the office and on the tools. I did every supercar around for, I think, 10 years.
Yeah, right.
So that took its toll, sort of. It was fun while you're young and single, but when you want to have a family and stuff, it was, not what you need to be doing. So, and then, I just got sick of building engines, I guess.
Would you have a preference, like, with your engine stuff, sprint car engines or V8 supercars, or is it once they're apart, they're just the same thing? Like, did you lean one way or another?
Not really, like... At the end, I'd prefer to build a sprint car engine because I did so many supercars.
Yeah.
Like, the supercar engine, I could just about build with my eyes closed. It was just felt repetitive. So, whereas sprint car, everything's a little bit different. As much as everyone says, they're all the same, they are, but they aren't. So, I probably prefer build a sprint car now, especially once the supercar thing went to the LSs. They were just a crate engine that sort of pretty boring. Where the car of the future style stuff, it was a lot more technical, a lot harder to build, a lot more parts. So they were more challenging and probably more rewarding than the current stuff that they run.
And then, Jimmy, the decision to get Beau in, like, how much was that trying to take your program to the next level, or was it just taking it off your plate? Because obviously I call it helping out, but I was sort of hanging out in the pits there for a little bit, and you're probably as hands-on as there was out of any driver, particularly when you're fighting for wins. Like, you were setting up your car. You did so much work on that car. Is getting Beau in to help just something that allows you to focus more on the track, or just talk me through that decision?
Yeah, he's, to be honest, I think, he probably come in a good and a bad time at the same time. So, obviously... It was towards, a bit of stuff ending with Diamond Bay and that was a little bit unexpected. And then obviously Beau come over here and for Jollies and when that sort of ended as well. So I remember going home a few times and going, I wish this just didn't happen right now. Like, the timing's not good, but then I just remember saying maybe it's just, meant to be as well. So you sort of got to look at it both sides. And I just and ahed, and to Beau's credit, he did put a bit of pressure on me. He kept messaging me and like, hey, what are you up to? Are you going to go racing? Because I was just hanging out. Just wasn't doing much. Like this obviously the deal sort of ended with Diamond Bay, and I was pretty down in the dumps, to be honest. So I was just sort of not planning on racing at all. And Beau sort of reached out a few times and kept messaging, and then we caught up at the pub and had a bit of a yarn over it, and then just eventuated and grew from there. And he goes, I'll just come around and, you know, tinker in the shed, and we'll just, if we race, we race. If we don't, we don't. And that's how it sort of come about. I think it was obviously meant to be, and hopefully we can just keep, you know, getting through the next few seasons and have some good results, and hopefully we can have I obviously want to get Beau some good results, and obviously myself as well. So hopefully we can, you know, see what happens.
Does it make you more excited for the season coming up, knowing you've got someone like Beau doing all the stuff that you used to have to do? Like, I remember when you had that little weather station out, then you got the shock sheets out, like your head was everywhere, but the last thing you ever concentrated on seemed to be driving, because you had to set the car up. Like, so knowing you're back in the family car, it's a little bit more like low key or in an environment that you're used to. Are you even more excited to get out there now, knowing that you can actually just focus on driving? Yeah,
I think, you know, I remember you coming to the track and giving us a hand and jumping in the transporter with us and
hiding.
Yeah, it was cool. But back then it was, I suppose I was doing everything. I was trying to. That was where I was still trying to make a name for myself. I was trying to get, you know, the race wins or trying to be competitive, and I was doing everything. As you could see, I was spannering the car. I was checking the engine, the engine tune-up sheets and everything. Obviously, Dad was there. He played a massive part, but it was just full on. And like you said, when you actually got pushed down the chute and you actually got to drive this thing, like, you're thinking about everything else but driving the actual car. So I think, getting back to your question, like having Beau to, I think we're going to be as more prepared than what we ever have in our own deal. Obviously, I can see that already, like just with the design and all the background stuff that people don't realise takes so much time. And obviously, you're trying to run a decent sized business and do that as well. So you just sort of, in the previous years in my own team, I'd sort of you know, finish the last race meeting, clean it, throw it in the shed and forget about it, and literally not really spend much time in the shed in the off season because you're just focused on other things. But leading up to this season, I think we're going to be you know, really prepared, more so than ever before.
And just with that, it seemed like, I just know how much you used to do. Like, you would have thrown it in the shed because you just mentally needed a break as well. Like, your race and the stresses of racing, all that. Then you were doing everything on the car. Like, I'm excited for you to be able to just concentrate on driving and in an environment that you're used to. But what's like your off season looking like now? Like, what have you done to get James Inglis Motorsport prepared for this next season?
To be fair, like, we did a lot before Christmas last year, and once we got back from the Classic and stuff, we didn't really have a plan if we were going to keep racing last season. So we pretty well started our preparation for this season, then sort of put a different car together, tried it for the last few nights. So the off-season car-wise hasn't been like a massive job. It's sort of everything is there or thereabouts. So it's just pull a few things apart, tidy this up, sell this. Really tried to make everything the same as well. Like, we tried a few different brakes and stuff last year, and he found the one he likes. It's like, right, sell all this. Let's stick to that. That's what he likes. And so the off season hasn't been crazy. It's more been trying to tidy the truck up, tidy the shed up, obviously designs, all that sort of stuff. It was like build a new car, but like it's been a pretty good off season compared to what other teams would have to have done.
So chassis same, shocks are the same, engine package all remains the same?
Yeah, pretty well. Like, we just went through the stuff and we go, okay, we tried this last year, that didn't work. Let's just put that in the corner. Don't worry about it. Let's roll out sort of what we feel the notebook said worked and build on that.
And who's the one behind the design? Like, Jimmy, do you have much to do with it? Was it Beau or was it all heater? Like, who? Because that design, I just love this time of year when these cars come out. Like, that one we spoke about it off air, is that's a sicker design from the shirts, the crew shirts, like the truck wrap, all of that looks so sick. And jump on Jimmy's Instagram if you want and have a look. But yeah, who's the mastermind behind that design?
It was hard work, really. James would like one day show me a car. This looks cool. Next day, oh no, this one looks cool. That looks cool. And I was like, all right, let's sit down. Let's print all these out, put them on the table, and go, right, this is what we like. This is the sort of look we like. These are the lines we like.
I think the worst thing is you get so many opinions too. Like you get my old man has his opinion, then
Don't talk to him about the blue.
What Stewie does on it?
Don't talk to him about the blue.
He wants plain white, I reckon, Stewie. It's not plain.
I don't think Stewie knows what Stewie wants, to be honest. But yeah, like then my wife obviously got her ideas, and I think I remember Beau and I having this just like, let's just cut everyone else out and let's just do what we want to do, and then you know, it is what it is. You can't please everyone. So we sort of come back with, you know, these are the colours we like, these. And then I sort of honestly let Beau run with it, and he was doing the communicating, and he said he just flicks through some photos when they come through from Heater, and honestly, he pretty much nailed it, first go.
Yeah.
Well, I think he did. Beau probably went backwards and forwards 10 times or 20 times.
Like, to be fair, like I just said to Heater, I was like, hey, these are some cars that you've done that we like. These are the colours we want. We don't want it to look like anyone else. We want it to be a little bit unique. Like, go nuts. And he's sort of sent 2 or 3 through straight away. And I'm like, I like this. And I took it to work, and James was like, oh yeah. And I was like, now look away and look back at it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. So we just hung it up on the wall and just got sort of the reactions of everyone at work, like, what do you like? And everyone, after looking at it 2 or 3 times, like, oh, that's sick. Like, you got to go with that. So, yeah, that's sort of how the decision was made. But if you talk to Stu, the blue's terrible. He wants an LJS blue or...
Yeah, we even went back to Heater, and Heater's like, I'm not doing it. It's this blue or take it somewhere else.
Yeah, right.
So,
he sort of went to a close shade, but yeah, just didn't pop. Like, it was just white with a black and a dark blue, and there was nothing there to grab the eye.
So would this be like already like the most prepared you've been in your family deal for a season, you reckon?
Mate, if I was on my own car 5 or however many years ago, I'd be slapping stickers on it. The Friday night before we roll it, you've probably been a part of it, mate. Like honestly, being a mechanic and that, I'd have the car, you know, 100%, everything, nothing would fall off it. But when it come to stickers, that was like, let's just do it at the track, or the morning of the race meeting, we'll be slapping numbers. And so design wise, by far, this is the most prepared we've been, yeah.
The last attempt of him helping me wrap a car, I wrapped the car and he was in the swimming pool.
Yeah, I haven't got the patience for that, mate. I was watching him in the shed, and I was just like, mate, I'm just going to leave you with it, and I'll come back when it's done.
Well, not just that then, is the whole effort, like the design's done early. There's like an obvious difference in your social media and the stuff that you're trying to put out there, like trying to present yourselves and your driving ability like more early and get in front of it that way. Is it like an overall different approach to how you're going to go about this season?
Yeah, I think so. Like, you know, like obviously touching base again on like having Beau as a, you know, behind the scenes doing everything. Like it's just made, I've even been able to just focus on the business a lot more as well. So it's taken a lot of pressure off me, and hopefully it just brings that bit more relaxed feel to it all. And you know, we're not going to be scrambling a week or 2 before the season. We're just going to be, you know, cars are ready, cars are stickered up. Like we might even do a shakedown, you know, at Allenbrook or something, perhaps. Like who knows? But I just feel like hopefully this lead up to the season's a bit more relaxed. And we just, you know, we cruise into the season, because once that season does hit us, it's full on. Like it's most weekends, and it's hectic. So you definitely got to enjoy, you know, this sort of off-season prep, and you just, I'm actually enjoying it for once. Like, I'm actually enjoying opening the shed door and actually going, like it's doesn't feel like a chore. Whereas I guess previous seasons it's like, I've got to go to the shed and get some stuff done. Like, it just doesn't feel like that anymore, which is good.
And so now it seems to be already that you're like excited for the start of the season as opposed to like dreading it, because we are ready, all that. You reckon you're one of the most like forgotten champions? Like, you just with how it's been lately, haven't been racing full time. Like, I just don't think people recognise like how much you actually did that year and how competitive you were. Like, do you think you sort of? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Not underrated or anything, but like a little bit forgotten.
Yeah, 100%. I even got that in the back of my head a bit. Like last season, I was having some stuff went down and didn't end up driving for the team I thought I was driving for all season, and and then just thought, I'm not even going to race anymore. So I'm like, it was sort of like I've had the probably couple of best seasons I've ever had in sprint car racing. I finally, even when you were with us, like I felt like I've finally gotten to where I wanted to be. And I've reached the top and I've won the championship and I was winning feature races. And then last season it was like, you're scrambling again, and you're not scrambling, but you're sort of like not up there with the King Shots and the Callums, and you look at the season previous or the one before that and, you're beating them. So it was like, yeah, it's hard. Going
back, mate, like you weren't beating them. There was like races where you were braining them.
Yeah, I know. And it's hard to even, for myself, to think how solid we were and how good we were. Like, I just remember that King of Wings where we led from start to finish for the 40 laps. And
you took me Frank for the double money, eh? Yeah. I remember that. What did you say on the podium? Like, Frank, get the checkbook out. We got you for double.
Like, I just remembered that race and thinking, wow, like we had people throwing, we even had Jason and King Shot, and they were throwing everything they had at us, and we just drove away from them every single restart. And I thought, I just hope we can get back to that. That is the best feeling ever. And your confidence is up. And when you've got confidence running these cars, I feel like it was just easy. Like Dane at the minute, he's driving with so much confidence that he's not even working hard behind that thing. And that's the best way to describe it. When you're got that much confidence in the car and how you know what it's going to do, you can just run it on the wall and it's just easy. Like, it's just you're in a lounge chair, and it's hard to explain. It bloody is, but that's what Dane's riding that wave at the minute, and someone's got to try and bring him back down a bit.
So what do you reckon is your best race that you've driven? Like, I know you've had seasons where you've won and stuff. Do you have a race, maybe the King Wings or whatever, that one race where you just thought, like, I am the shit, like this is the best I've ever driven?
Yeah, so it's probably something that's probably been my biggest, held me back the most, is having that, not arrogance, but like some people tell me you're not arrogant enough, or you don't think you're good enough, and you sort of I do, it's hard to be cocky, but you've almost got to be in this sport because you need that confidence to drive these things. But I'm just not that type of person where like I'll win a race and then it's hard to express it, but you just don't want to come across as arrogant or that, but you need to have a lot of confidence in these cars. And so there's a fine line between.
But there's one race where you, like, the best race you've driven. What do you reckon's your best race you've ever driven?
To be honest, I keep remembering that King of Wings for some reason. I don't know why, but I feel like there was a good caliber of drivers in that race, and we just we were solid from start to finish, like from time trials, from hot laps, time trials, all the way through. We started off the front row, and then we just, for some reason, it was a 40 lapper with a pit stop, obviously, and I just remember, not even not even thinking at the pit stop like, oh, far out, this is hard work. Like I just remember being relaxed and just like, and then just finishing it off the next 20 or 30 laps. And I just remember that race. The car was so good, and obviously a massive credit to those guys. They know how to set up a car, and it just that's when I was probably standing on the podium thinking like, this is cool. Like this is really cool.
What about, there's 2 races. I don't know if it was like an awesome race, but you won in that race in a 360 one time against the 410s. And then one race that I thought you drove really good, you didn't even win, was when James McFadden came over for the state title with Callum Williamson, and you were thrown down with him for like half the race. You were leading for a long time, and it took him so long to get you. Like, do you remember that state title?
Yeah, 100%. And we were the better car that night, and we were probably the quicker car, and should have won. But I think his experience come into play and
got some tricks. The old wizard.
As soon as I knew we were starting to hit lap cars, I was like, I've got to get through these so quick because James is going to be on my tail and he's going to be reading exactly what I'm doing. And he's just come back from America, and I'm like, as you're coming up to lap cars, you're thinking this. You're like, James is like,
he's got you before he's got you.
So I think I slipped up once, and it only took me once. I should have cleared a lap car, and I didn't. Bang, he got me, and we were quicker than him. We nearly chased him down, but I think it was another lap car that on the last corner that I was going to throw a slider, and it sort of done the deal on us. But yeah, that was so disappointing because we led most of the race, and I know he was hanging there waiting for it, but I also know, if I didn't slip up, we had the pace as well. So that's the frustrating bit. Because
it was on the wall too. Like there wasn't much of it. It was proper on the wall, and I remember him saying he had to use the wall to get a run on you. Like it was such a good race, and I thought you were going to hold him off, and he sort of got away from you, and then towards like the last 4 or 5 laps, you started eating him back up, and I was like, Jimmy might have a shot here.
I think I was just dirty at myself. I was like, you idiot! Like you've let him go for, you've held him off for bloody 20 out of 30 laps or whatever it was, and
it was 40 for a state title, is it?
Oh, it might have been. It might have been 35 or something.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of laps, and I think I only let him pass like with a bunch of laps to go, and then unfortunately, I just got annoyed and pissed off, and I started overdriving the car. Okay. And when I was trying to catch him, I'd started missing my marks. And you can actually overdrive these things when the track was pretty tricky. It was like slick and little bits of grippy patches, but it was like you really had to hit your marks. And I just started overdriving and let that one slip.
You know when he's overdriving, but just looking at the tacho.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he
the right fit gets a bit heavier.
And what about you, Beau? Then how much, have you had a relationship with James like this whole time, or did this only come through once you sort of moved to WA?
I'd spoken to Stu a few times, obviously through KRE when they had stuff they're getting rebuilt and that. And it was really Chariots last year when I was up there with Daniel Harding, and James sort of hung out a fair bit. That's when I sort of got to know him, and then obviously that press release came out about Diamond Bay and him finishing up, and crazy enough, it was Mark House actually reached out to me and goes, "Oh, you're mates with Jimmy, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Oh, have you sent him a message and reached out?" I sort of like, "Mate, what do you say?" Like when that press release came out, like, what do you actually say? And he's like, "Just say, are you doing all right, mate? Like, if you want to catch up and have a beer, like, I'm here." And that's pretty much sort of how it started. And then, crazy enough, it's Mozzie that we probably should have been sending the message to make sure he's all right. But, yeah, so he was a big part of, like, me reaching out to James as well, because I was sort of like, didn't know sort of where to go. And then, it was sort of hung out a couple times, went to the shed. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, mate, there's shit everywhere." I sort of just throw it in the corner when we finish racing and show up Friday night and slap it back together and go again. So, it was really only from Chariots onwards that we probably started chatting, and, that's where it all started.
So then knowing how Jimmy can wheel a car, what's your expectations as like running the show now behind the scenes, like you obviously aren't preparing for a 10th place, but like what's your expectations going into the season? Like what do you want to see every night?
We just need to be consistent. Like I think a lot of times we had speed, but we never really put a full night together. Like the first night out, we're leading the heat race. Oh, sorry, we went quick time in our flight. We're running second or third in the heat race, and the ignition switch failed. So that goes from pole in the dash to B main. We fought through, sort of got a result. One night there at high limit, we qualified okay. Heat race terrible, did make the show, and we were pretty pissed off about that, and we sort of spent a lot of time that next day just, all right, let's sit down, let's chat and work out why we were shit, and we did that, and I think the high limit final night, we were really good in that feature race. Started around 20th, got up to 6th or so, and then the uni broke.
Yeah, that's right. You were coming, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the car was awesome. I was so devastated. It wasn't even devastated for my own sake. I was more devastated for everyone else because the car was on rails. Like when you can start seeing, you've come from so deep and you start seeing the tail tank of Sweet and, you know, you're passing the likes of
proper cream.
Eagle and Madsen, and you're like, all right, we're rolling here. And I was like, there was still a bunch of laps to go, and I'm like, far out. We're like, we're in the chance here. Like we're in the coming up to sixth or fifth. I think we're running sixth at the time, and we're about to pass fifth, and uni blows. And I was just like, I think I kicked the car pretty hard in frustration because I was like, far out. Like we were rolling, and you know, we probably wouldn't have won it, but we would have had a good chance of probably getting on the podium or something. And yeah, the car was awesome that night.
But you would have even taken a 6, like with how the start of the season went. Like to finish 6th in a high limit would have been pretty all time.
Yeah, and then I think we took that away as a big positive. And then sort of every night we either qualified well, got screwed over in a heat race, or something happened. We never really put another full night together. We went east. We're there or thereabouts. Like we weren't the highest qualifying WA car, but I think at the Classic and the Australian title was the highest finishing WA car. So
yeah, definitely. I've got it in here.
Yeah,
15th in the Classic, 11th in the title.
That as a positive, build on it. Then we came home. We had another good night. We won our heat race, running second in the dash to Callum, blew a rear end. So you go from starting second row to 6th row.
That night, Big Bob was just going wild.
He was, wasn't he? He was just.
I came over to the pits and I was going to say, and I was like, it just don't look like the right time. And Big Bob was just like, looked like he was wrestling that diff.
I think we've still got dents in the chassis and the diff from him. But no, I've been mates with Bob for ages, and he just, you know, straight over helping us. Just another thing that unfortunately went wrong, and could have been an awesome night. So if we can, I think we're ironed out some of those mechanical gremlins that probably existed well before Beau come. Obviously, like we had all our stuff running, we pushed it aside and went raced for Diamond Bay for two or three seasons and sort of forgot about it. So that's probably honestly where a lot of those little things come from. They sort of pop their head up when at the wrong times. Yeah,
a little bit of like you win on a Saturday night, Monday through Friday. Yeah. Like you got to be in the shed, and
it's a grind. Like it can be hard, but it's only as hard as you make it too. Like if you're enjoying it, like everyone's good chemistry, you're having fun. Even the bad times don't feel all that bad, because at the end of the day, we're still going racing. We're still drinking beers with our mates. Like, that's the way you got to look at it.
Is it a lot more fun with you? Obviously, you've got a family, and then like you've got the little ones coming along, mate. Does the little man like know Dad races yet, or is he not that old?
Oh, he loves it, mate. He froths on it. Like, he's what, four going 5. So, bought him a little midget go-kart as well. And I just drag him around with a bit of rope at the minute because he's a bit scared. But, What do you mean?
Are you running with a rope or a little four-wheeler? What's it go?
Yeah, I got like a little electric scooter, and I just tow him around with that. And he's already got the brakes sorted. And, as soon as I try and fire up the little motor.
Too loud.
No, it's too, But but it can be beside a sprint car when it's running.
Yeah.
Like, it's strange, but loves it. Like, he, Ash, my wife, reckons he knows everything that's happening on the speedway track. It's nuts. Yeah.
He's just glued to Dad.
Yeah, like he'll tell mum if dad's crashed or stopped or like hasn't finished or done, like, she reckons he's glued to my car, which is pretty cool.
So what's the expectations for the year? You obviously, I think you did so good, and one of the other drives that I probably should have mentioned, you won that prelim feature. Was it the Aussie title, night one?
I
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah, in the Diamond Bay
Bay
car. That was fucking all time, that drive.
Yeah, and honestly, I still don't know where that come from because I was feeling like crap. Like, I think I was pretty crook. I was like still trying to get over. I don't know. Like during Speed Week, I was so crook. Like physically, was struggling to get out of bed, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go east here. Like, and then I just got on the plane, flew over, and just like still not feeling good. Like still, don't know what was going on, and I just remember that night, for some reason, I'm just like, I like stuff it. Like, I just, whatever will happen. Just give it all you've got. Just, if you crash the thing, so be it. Like, it is what it is. And I just remember having an okay time trial that first night. Heat really did it for me. Like, we had an awesome heat, jumped a heap of spots, and that's what sort of set us up. And then feature, I was just like, it was hard because I was playing my own bloody mental game, like, I've got to bring this car home for tomorrow night, the big race.
Yeah.
But
And it was a wild track, eh?
it was wild. It was up high. It was rutty. It was pretty how you going. And I just remember going, hey, I don't think I'm going to get too many of these opportunities to try and win a feature race at Premier. Like, this is I don't think too many WA guys have even done it. Like, might have been Ryan Farrell, might have been the last one, and before me. And I was just like, you know what, we'll just give it everything we've got and see how it plays out. And I did get lucky. I have to say I got lucky.
You can't. No, but I've said, like Chris is trying to say stuff. You cannot get lucky in a 410. Like, there's 40 dudes behind you that can drive. You can't luck into a win.
Yeah, but it's the yellows. They either play on your, and a lot of the time they don't play on your side. For this first time or a long time coming, it played for me. I remember Jock passing me. He probably should have won, and yellow come out, went back, and I'm like, all right, I'm not letting that bloke pass me again. So he nearly got me again, but I just remember even battling with Hallett. He's a awesome racer. He passed me, slid me. I passed him back, and like you're racing against these obviously talented guys, and to win that prelim night, it was honestly, I hope we can do it again, or win the second night would be cool. But hopefully it's not my biggest win of my career, but it's going to be bloody up there.
And what about this year? Do you have plans yet of going over East or anything, or is it still a little bit too early to know what the season holds for you? Yeah,
so I don't think a lot of people actually know, but my family's originally from the Warrnambool area, Victoria. My grandparents live over there. My aunties, uncles, cousins are all from like Warrnambool area. So for us, it's a family holiday. We used to cop a bit of slack when I first started racing sprint cars, like from the WA guys, I guess, like, why are you going over there? And it was more so just a family holiday, and racing was a bonus, like to tow the trailer over to a family holiday and go racing. Like, it was like catch up with all the family, catch up with the cousins, but we get to go racing. So
I think that trip last year, though, that was like really good because we'd only really worked together for 3 or 4 weeks, and James was like, oh, I'm driving the caravan over, Stu's taking his, and I was like, hey, I'll just ask the in-laws for the motorhome, and like we'll join on. We sort of
we made a good road trip of it, actually.
And we really got to know each other, and I think that having that relationship away from the racetrack and getting along, and like the kids play together, like our 2 daughters go to gymnastics together on a Friday now, so all that sort of stuff I think also helps at the racetrack because we understand each other.
Yep.
Like, there's a relationship away from the racetrack.
Yeah, there's life outside this.
Yeah, and now we work together every day. Like, we're sitting in an office pretty much this close all day, every day.
Yeah, I don't know how we'll go racing actually.
But I don't know if you listened to it, but I remember doing a podcast when you're over there, and it was one night. I was like, I wonder if Jimmy cares he hasn't had the best result tonight, because I said, if I won Lotto, what he's doing right now is exactly what I'd do. I'd have a sprint car truck and I'd have a Chevy or whatever, towing a big trailer, driving around racing. I was like, regardless of the results tonight, like you've already won. Like, I know it's a cliche, but you're over there with your family, you're having the time of the life, like you've got the stuff set up. Yeah. Like, did you have any moments like that over there where you're just like, this is an epic time anyway?
Yeah, and I guess now having the young ones and having the experience before, when sprint car racing and you're putting all your money and time into it, that was everything. That, like, you couldn't see past that. So I guess now that, I've been in it for 10, this might be my 11th season, like I've had success. I've gone and ventured off, raced for another team. I've come back to my own deal. I think it's going to, my mindset will hopefully be a lot different. I'll be able to enjoy it again and do it because, we don't have to do it. It's not a chore. It's what we love doing. So hopefully, for Beau's sake and my family's and everyone's, like, we can just go racing, enjoy it, and if we win or, that's just going to be an added bonus, obviously. So
yeah, so I think for this season, we really just want to go getting back comfortable. Like, we've really only done 10 or 12 nights together, so we're still learning each other. So we're going to continue that. And yeah, we just need to probably be consistent more often than we were. I think that's our real goal for this year, is just be consistent, understand the changes, why we've done it, why it worked or why it didn't work, and just keep building to better things, obviously, because, it doesn't happen overnight.
Fuck that, because you can win night one, Jimmy. Powerpalooza, mate. I reckon you're a sniff. You're a sniff.
Just win it or bin it first night.
Hey, well, you got someone to build it now.
There's another one sitting there ready, so you're right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Really keen. So in the end, did you have any plans for over east, or is it still up in the air?
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm not very good at answering your questions.
No, mate. It doesn't. There's not questions. There's general guidelines of what we'll talk about.
No, definitely. Like, that's what obviously the series over here is pretty cool what they're doing. So you want to try and do that, but you want to, and especially with the different tracks they're putting on the calendar this year, which is what a series should be about in my eyes. Traveling around, but I love going over east, racing different guys. Especially getting on those bull ring tracks. Like, I feel like that's where my go-kart skills come out. So, getting on the Gambier and Warrnambool and, those smaller bull ring tracks.
Tolma? What's Tolma like?
Yeah, it's wild. We had a pretty average night at Tolma, and
we thought we were going to be good.
Yeah.
We rolled out in hot laps, and next thing, the fastest overall. We're like, oh shit, okay, we're going to be good here. And
yeah, we didn't. I don't think we made it out of the B. We didn't even make the show. I was happy to actually watch the feature from the sideline, but that track is, honestly, it's wild. Like, now that I've done some laps on there, you'd have to go there and you literally got to hang them over your shoulder and just go for it, mate. Like, it is wild. Like, the speed that joint produces. Like, you feel like you're moving around the motorplex, but until you come off a banked corner like Tolma, you're against the wall, it's eye-opening. Hopefully we can get back there. I think we will, and do that. I love Gambier. Gambier is a wicked little bull ring, and obviously Australian title there this season. So, and then obviously the classic's just the classic. Like, it's always massive. And have you been over to the classic?
No, never.
Far out, mate. You gotta.
Oh,
we just got ourselves a mud scraper.
Yeah. No, mate. I'm trying to get him to pay me to come over. But I asked Chris Coyle this, mate. What's, like, if you had to say, like, one individual skill that not that you're bad at and you want to get better, but what's something you want to improve on in the car? Like, not like, I want to be faster, but like, what's something like something that you really want to improve on?
Using my brake.
Yeah.
I'll never have to change a set of pads, don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, yes, I guess the Motorplex almost teaches some bad habits that you've even got to break there because it is so wide open and flat out. So I guess when you get over east, you've actually got to use that left leg a little bit more. And honestly, when the Motorplex gets slick and you want to hit the bottom, you should be using that left leg as well. So that's something, I don't know, I might have to ride on my dashboard a bit more often and use that brake.
Yeah.
You can see the drivers that use their brake because their discs are glowing and
Sparking up.
Dane's good at it lately. Like he's been, he's obviously using his brake good. And when it's rough and rutty, like that's when you really got to ride your brake almost just to keep the car settled.
Yep. Yeah, like even like Brad Sweet, that thing glows like before he starts.
100%. Yeah.
And then what about you, Beau? Obviously, I know you've done a heap, but like, is there something that not you want to improve on, but like, what's something behind the scenes that you really want to focus on and make sure that you develop your skill set with?
No one wants mechanical failures, so obviously you just want to make sure that thing rolls out. No mechanical failures, everything's ready. Like if you show up to the racetrack prepared and you're relaxed, it's easy. It's when you show up, stuff's not done, and it just turns to shit. To be fair, because no one's focused. You're always like, oh shit, got to do this, got to do that, got to do this. You never get a chance to really sit there and go through things properly. So yeah, you just got to make sure you're prepared and there's no mechanical failures.
And then, before I've got a little thing to go on, I need to cover it because I didn't with the other ones. What about you, like your crew guys? Obviously, crew chief, driver, like you've got guys that help you out regularly. Like just a quick little shout out to the fellas that scrape the mud, mate. Guys like me and pull the tent pegs out of the tarp at the end of the night.
Yeah, and you need them, mate. Your team doesn't run without those blokes. Old Citron, we call him.
Yeah, Aaron Citron. The first chance he gets, he's sitting down like the old Citron car, pulls over the line. That's Aaron. Yeah,
right.
But hey,
the security light, mate, only works when someone walks past.
Yeah, and then there's Blair.
Blair, the truck driver, he's always got something to whinge about, I guess. But that's all right. You need a whinging truck driver, mate.
I think all truck drivers are whingers, not just
Blair. Yeah, ease up, mate, ease up.
But no, like honestly, like without the old boy as well, he's played a massive party.
He tells you that I don't care what you do, but if we don't do it right, he cares.
You wouldn't ever. It's big Stewie, mate. I've watched a few races with him. He's genuinely in the car with you, like he's like moves, like he's and I would assume that's what I'd be like if I was watching my young fella in a car, like. But Stewie obviously has a massive impact on what you do as well.
Oh yeah, like obviously wouldn't be doing it without mum and dad's support. Like they if you had them working against you, it'd be pretty bloody hard to go racing. So they're a massive support, mate. Sometimes too much of a support, but he just lets us do our thing sometimes, and he's got confidence in Beau and myself that we can go racing even if he's not around, and he makes sure everything's tight and nothing's going to fall off, and he
still wants to be the one there that makes sure those wheels are tight. He's like, my son's in it, I'm checking it.
Yeah. Mate, he's a big bull too. If he pulled that spanner back, that thing's tight.
Yeah, it's tight.
But no, he loves it. And I think I'll be the same when my young bloke gets into it. You're just gonna want to be in there with him and ride every lap with him.
So big year, mate. What about do you have like a goal in mind when you think about the season? Is it like I want to be top 5, or is it more like a feeling and I just want to be consistent and be feeling like I'm fast? Is there like a KPI you have in your head that you'll look back at the end of the season and be happy if you're at X or Y?
Not really. Like it's so many things happen in this sport. You can't. Obviously for me, it would be starting the nights off good. Like that's where I've probably struggled the most is I'll hot lap good, and I was like, oh yeah, car's good, we're quick, we're first or second quickest, and then we'll go out and time trial and end up out the invert, and it's like, what just happened?
Yeah, have you ever quick timed?
I've quick timed a few times in the Diamond Bay car. I don't know if I've ever
time in the flight.
Yeah, I don't know if I've overall quick timed in my own car ever, but yeah, if we can get the night off, that's my goal anyway. If we can, as a driver, if we can tick the time, and it's so hard to do, obviously, but, you know, make that invert, that just makes the rest of your night so much easier.
If you miss the invert, like, get the shovel out, really.
Yeah, pack up nearly.
Just start digging, and you got to get a lucky break because, let's be honest, like, once they spread out in the first 2 laps, like, if you haven't made the move, you're not going to make the move unless they make a mistake.
But do you think, like, your skill is heat races? Like, because I feel like, not like you've won more heat races than what you deserve to win, but like in the position where, say, normal people would win a heat race, you might start a bit further back and you win a lot of heat races.
Yeah, I guess, you know, like, I probably because my time trialing so shit, I've always had to pass cars, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why I race so good. But yeah, if we're deep in a feature, like, we generally, you know, move forward most of the time, and we move forward a lot. So yeah, definitely heat races. But I don't want to be doing that, mate. I want to start at the front and
King of Wings style, mate. Get that double check from Frankie Scarterfield.
there's a lot of risks passing those big right rears. So yeah, hopefully if you can time trial good, you know, it just makes your night so much easier.
And just with like what you do in the off season, obviously you do your gym and stuff like that. You work pretty hard. Your fitness, do you think that's like one of your strengths? Like coming into the last half of a feature race, like being fit and like you can be not tired, but like fitness also helps with your like mental capacity and your decision making. So if you're fit, do you make better decisions late in a race? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Like, especially those late restarts, like I tend to, that's where I make up my spots. So the long races I've always been good at, like your 35, 40 lap races. So I do think my fitness, probably from, you know, racing a bit of go-karts in the off season as well, like just keep that race fitness up. Like you can smash the gym as much as you like, but race fitness is a whole different ball game. So yeah, you know, I'm a bit disappointed that the boys have, you know, gotten on the bandwagon. Like your Dane and Chris have figured it out, and hey, we need to do something in the off season. So that was my little thing I had up my sleeve. So see what happens.
No, I think that race fitness, it's like what you said, you can hit the gym in that, but it's like breathing.
Yeah,
like because you have to learn not to panic. Like you have to do all of that, and when you're in the race fitness, is just comfortable and being calm and not holding your breath or not breathing too hard and staying cool. But yeah, I've always noticed that I don't think it's your fitness, it's just you're in the car so much doing stuff that the longer races or late in the race, you're always a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, I find bring 40 laps every race. So I'll be keen. But no, I'm trying to hit the gym. Probably shouldn't be drinking this wild turkey as we speak. But.
Zero sugar.
Trying to hit the gym a fair bit. The old, I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm old, and the old body's not bouncing back as good as it usually does. So yeah, just try and hit the gym, keep healthy. Work's always busy and keeps you on your feet. So yeah, you just got to be active. These things are really physical, so you just got to be on top of your game.
But and then just with that's the Jimmy in the off season. What is there any like given your history with KRE and engines and stuff? Is there like an extra sense of pressure with the engine side of things like that it has to be good and Mickey Mouse? Like, do you feel any pressure with that, or is it just normal?
Of course, I'm going to get judged if I've got engine problems. Yeah. But I don't think it's any more pressure. It's just I feel like I said to James, like. Being there with Kenny on the dyno so often, like you can see how to detune an engine, how much it detunes it. Now we just need to work out when we're at the track when to make these changes. And it's sort of something we talk about a lot because, you know, everyone's like, oh, you need 900 horsepower to go quick time on the motorbikes. Well, to be fair, you probably don't. Like a few nights of the year, yeah, you need all of that. But I think if you talk to most people, like, half the night, we're just detuning engines because we're overpowering the racetrack. And the harder the tyre we get, the more we're going to have to do it. So I think, yeah, this season, like, I talk to Kenny once or twice a week, and like Jane says, he goes, there goes 2 hours every phone call. But, you know, you always got to ring him and
upskill yourself, be relevant.
Yeah, be relevant, really. And like I said to James, next time we send a motor back, we need to jump on the plane and, like, go and detune it all on the actual dyno so he can see it for himself, because it's all well and good I can explain it, but until you actually see it, you don't understand as well what it is doing. So, yeah, like that's something we've played with the motors a little bit this off season just to try and help drivability, restarts, when like detuning. Just we've got some extra tools there, so hopefully that helps. But some nights will help, other nights the track will come back and you'll end up with mud on your face because you just get too tight because you don't have the power to pull out of it. But you know, everyone's trying something. You just got to make sure you're on the front foot and doing it at the right times.
I feel like with how the series is, with how cars are, drivers are, it's not what you do, it's what you don't do. It's like everyone starts at 100 and then it's whoever makes the least mistakes from the start of the night. It's not like someone like if it's footy like can break a pack or take a hanger and it's just least mistakes. Like everyone's the same. Everyone can drive and whoever makes the least amount of mistakes through the night is going to be at the front in the end.
And you look at it, you walk around the pits. It's not like 20 years ago. Like everyone's stuff's good.
Yep.
There's not a car that you walk past go, oh, what a dunger. Like everyone's got a motor, everyone's got decent gear. And I think the way the shocks are going, like you got Beto and Buzzy over here doing stuff. You got Wayne Randall back on the Gold Coast. Gleno, like everyone's sending their stuff to the same people.
Yeah, and people who know.
And like that's probably why Crickies are so good at the moment because Matty Cochran's got a really good understanding of the shocks that he spends time with, Wayne Randall, and that might be their little edge at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's something that we've got to do too now. Like, you know, other people are doing it, so you've got to go, okay, got to get out of the comfort zone, go learn something new, understand it to make yourself better, make the car better. So, yeah, everyone's stuff's the same, but it's just the tweaks that they're doing is the difference.
Well, so it's almost like a two-part for you. I want to know what your favourite event is coming into the season. And as I was thinking about asking you there, my favourite event is King of the Wings, and then it's because I got to come out and help you one time. But then I'm thinking, you're in a 410 race against Crickies, all that, and your help was Stewie, Jaden, and me. And I was thinking, you're on an uphill battle that night. Like now that I look
Where
back
did
at
we
it,
finish, mate?
I think you were like fifth.
Yeah. Okay.
And your crew was Stewie. Well, your crew was Stewie. And me and Jaden were just hanging out in the middle. But that's my favourite event because it's...
Mate, I'll tell you
little
a
bit of a
funny
team.
story. Like, there was probably the same crew that night, but I was strapped into the car. My heat race was up, and I'm like yelling out, no one's around, and I'm strapped in, and I'm like, hey, I need someone to push me. And my whole crew was at the bar. No,
that was not me.
Was that not that
Nah,
night?
definitely not
No
me, mate, because
shit.
I would have been hanging around the car.
So, you know, Tommy downstairs,
Yeah.
he was crewing on the team next door, and Tommy's like, mate, are you all right? And I said, mate, where's my crew? And he's like, there's no one here. I said, mate, I'm in this heat race. Like, I'm going to miss it. Can you push me out in the mule? So he hops in the mule, pushes me out while my whole crew was up at the bar.
You're joking.
And I swear that was you.
Nah, not me, mate. Because I just love it too much. I would have been hanging around. I still got videos in the mule, man. My first night in the mule, it's still saved on my phone.
I think that's why he disappears now. He'll be like, hey, Dad, you got to push the car down because Beau's steering it. I'm just going to go watch.
Nah, I'll blame Jaden because he's not here. Bellini probably. Sam Bellini would have been up there.
Yeah.
But he was definitely at the bar.
Yeah. So what is your favourite event? Like, if is there one that you look forward to most throughout the whole year?
Honestly,
Just locally?
It would definitely be the King of Wings. Like every there's no small events now. Like they're all big.
Yeah.
But the King of Wings, only because he's been a massive support of mine from the get-go. I just remember him walking into our trailer when we first rocked up on the scene, and we were like the new kids on the block, and Frank just rolled in, didn't know him from bar soap, and he's like, just started like, hey mate, come talk to, Luke Dillon's over from SA. Let's come meet him and talk to him. And I was literally, didn't have a clue what I was doing back then. And Frank just, he was just one of those guys that just, just loves it. And yeah, he just helped me. So honestly, I've always liked his event, which is the King of Wings. And obviously it's 40 laps, which is I also like. So Yeah, I'd have to say the King of Wings. It's early in the year. It's like second or third round.
15th of November or something.
Yeah,
third round.
Yeah, like to finally get, like I ran second for a few seasons in my own car and I was like, I just want to win one of these. So to finally win one, I remember seeing Frank at the pub the Wednesday night before that meeting. He's like, hey, I'm going to put an extra $5,000 up. And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Like I didn't think much of it. And then when we were leading at that halfway mark, I was like,
50 G's, baby.
I hope I can win this.
Yeah.
So he was, when he even personally come and gave us the money, he was stoked. And it was just, he's been awesome to us.
And what about you boys? Do you have a favourite event?
I've only been here for 9 months, so I don't really have a favourite event, but it's just really different here. Like back home in Queensland, it's like we're just going to round 1, round 2, round 3. Now over here, it's like, every event's a big event.
Yeah,
it's got
every
a name.
event is an event.
It's got.
Well, even how we talk about it, it's not a round, it's an event.
Yeah.
Which event? Like it's not which round.
Yeah, like, but back home it's just like round 1, round 2, round 3. Every now and then there's like Pink Night at Toowoomba. Like that was that event, but then there was Red Hot Summer Shooter, but everything else was just a round. So over here it's like, is there any just rounds, or is every race a big race or a memorial race or something? So, but I mean, High Limit was cool. Like that was a pretty cool event. Packed the place out. So hopefully that event hangs around and we can keep packing the place out every year and get more and more Americans here. So, and to be fair, like the more of those guys we can attract, the better the domestic stuff gets, because you only get better race and better people.
Yeah, the sport at the moment just, it felt like last year exploded, like it broke through to another level. And the terms of the professionalism, like think about like the nights that you ran 15th, how professional and how much you guys put into 15th. Like, and now really there's no busted asses in the feature race. No. Like every car at the start of the year, like I think you missed one at like Diamond Bay at the first round last year. Like that's how strong the field is here, and it's only going to get better. And like you said, if someone's doing something, everyone has to do it, because that might be the 2% that you need.
Yeah, 100%. Like you're never going to get the car 100%. Like, but if you can roll it out and you're 70, 80% there, it's up to him to do the last 20 or 30.
He's going to make it up.
That's his problem, not my problem.
And then what about, like we spoke about, I don't know if we can, but like just in terms of new sponsors on the car and that, like obviously LJ's Equipment's one of your major sponsors. That's the family business, but Frank Scarterfield's on there as well. Like is there any other sponsors that you just want to quickly touch on and speak about?
I guess Mike's from Carroll Hall's on there again. Like he come up to us and just started buying us tyres, and
that was a classic last year, and it's just continued on, and it's like, what a great sponsor! Like it's not like here's some money. It's like you don't have a bill to pay, which is huge.
No paperwork.
Yeah, no paperwork, nothing.
But we had a pretty cool catch up today actually with the Safe Style we were talking about earlier, and they're a lot bigger than I actually thought, and they'd never been to the Speedway. Like, opened up a whole new world to them today when we caught up with them, and I was showing them photos, and they're like, man, we got to get down there.
Yeah.
Like it just came about, like I was just sending them messages on social media and showed them what we did. Said, like, we got an equipment business, so we can do a crossover type thing. They're like, yeah, cool. We did a bunch of emails backwards and forwards about stuff. And I just said to James, like, hey, let's just go and meet these guys, explain to them what we do, show them some photos. And like by the time we're going to call in for 10 minutes, we're there for an hour. And they're like, yeah, cool. Can we like come down, can we film at the racetrack? Can we come and film at the workshop? Can we do some stuff here? Like they were just, they want to do content.
Yeah.
And like the tracks, like 7+, all that stuff do so much. Now it's up to us teams to keep
the platforms
going.
There. You just need to take advantage of it.
We need to bring these other companies in that have never seen it before and get it out there bigger and better. Because like we can keep saying, oh yeah, Channel 7 and Clay Per View and Flow, they're all doing this, cool. But unless we actually help grow the sport ourselves, we're always just going to be where we are, if you know what
We
I mean.
might have Maddington Toyota on board this year.
Oh, that'd be nice.
We got about 100 of their cars sitting in our paddock at the minute.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we've got the race shed, and then we've got about 100 Toyotas just randomly there. So
Mate, send the invoice in
yeah,
and see what happens.
If you want a white Toyota, there's plenty there.
Nah, I just got one, mate. But no, we're all good. But yeah, no, awesome, boys. I hope I said it last night, but just people getting to know you guys and stuff like that just gives them another reason to buy into your thing. And when I said it last night, I had like 5 or 6 different people go, man, you're right. I actually want to see Chris Coyle do good now. Like, so hopefully it's the same for you guys. And
the other thing we're looking at doing too is like with our merchandise, like we're going to do our shirts, hoodies, hats, like all the normal stuff. But we've been having a chat with a guy called Vito from Primera and back home. Like I've dealt with him for years doing different things, and he's got some pretty cool ideas. And he's like, hey, do something different, do some bar mats or do, key rings, this and that. And so we're going to try and do something different for the fans as well. And
I need some bar mats here.
and even like the guys at Safe Style, we sort of spoke to them about doing some like giveaways and stuff, like buy X amount of merch and you go on the raffle to win a pack. And like they're all for it, which is really cool because they want to publicise it on their platforms, which is going to be so many people that have never seen a sprint car in their life. So hopefully it brings some new people to the sport as well.
Yeah, I think the platform that everyone's got given is giving these other bigger companies a reason to come down, like Safe Style. And I reckon 3 years ago you could have made the same approach and you would have got knocked back.
Yeah,
but
100%.
given what's been happening there with what Gavin Miger and the team do, like they promote that place so good.
And going to other tracks, that's only going to help.
Yeah.
Like generate more sponsorship, more followers. Like at the end of the day, without bums on seats and without us selling merchandise, there is no racing. So we're just got to keep pushing it. And it takes everyone in the pit area involved to make it happen.
Yeah,
I
know
can't
there's-
just rely on the promoters and sit back and go, oh, that didn't work. Like, we've all got to put in the work to make it happen.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a push from what I can understand that they may, and I think it's an amazing idea for each car to be given 3 bays. So like your transporter bay, your car bay, and then a merch bay.
yeah, that'd be
And
cool.
then you, whether it's your 10 to
That's a long walk from the back. I hope we're not down the back with the cows. Mate.
it could be where the wingless are, mate.
We definitely need Maddington Toyota on board then, so we don't have the long walk.
But yeah, if everyone just had that extra bay and then your merch is there, then it's all in the one. Like obviously Callum Williamson sells a lot of merch. Like for him he has to move 50 people to get his car in his bay.
Yeah.
Like so if everyone was allocated an extra bay and then there'd be a merch and then because those merch alleys are all right, but if it's in your bay, it just gives everyone a reason to come into the pits, to be there, be around, and then obviously merchandise makes the world go round.
Yeah,
so
100%.
let's see what we can make happen.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, boys.
Thanks.
That's an hour and 15 minutes, so we
right.
cranked that out. Good luck for the season. I'll be floating around with the mic and we'll do some interviews.
Coming
And,
to the classic to scrape some mud.
mate, I can scrape it like the best of them, mate. That's all I can do, but I can do it well.
We'll make sure Stewie keeps the fridge full too.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate your time.
Cheers,
Thanks, mate.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Bye.